Hi everybody and welcome back to another tutorial from my Simply series range of books. Today I'm going to be taking you through BillyBob's theme from Simply Jazz, Blues and Rags, and I do hope you like it. If you want to know where I got this book from, there'll be a link just above my head here, or there'll be a direct link in the description bar beneath this video. So if you want to know how to play BillyBob's theme from Simply Jazz, Blues and Rags, then please keep watching. So first of all I'm going to start by playing it through for you, then I shall take you through parts of the music. So that's pretty much it with BillyBob's theme. Now this does say playfully, so it's pretty much the playfully part is more or less written in the music, and what I mean by that is that the rhythm itself is going to help you kind of give it that kind of playful sort of feel for it. So at the start you've got a rest, rest, 1, 2, rest, rest, 1, 2, rest. So you really have to kind of feel those rests, otherwise it isn't going to quite sound as it should do if you just sort of isn't going to kind of give it that sort of plodding about theme. So it'll be rest, 1, 2, rest, 1, 2, rest. So the other thing I need to mention about the quavers as well, you might notice that I'm not playing the quavers in a straight style, I'm playing them in a bouncy style, which it does say at the start there. So there were a couple of ways that I could have written this. I could have written like a little key at the top which told you sort of how to play it in notated form. I didn't do that just because, again, it would probably just raise a lot of questions and just confuse everybody. So if you wanted to know the answer, then you could just come to this video and watch this. So the quavers, or the eighth notes, need to play in a bouncy style. So you can see they're all going to be bouncy. If I go to the fourth line down, you can see I'm playing them a little bit bouncy. So it doesn't really matter, you just want that bounce feel. You don't want a straight feel. 1. You know, because it isn't going to give it that kind of plodding along, playful feel. So the other complication is that you've just got 1 or 2 accidentals. So you've got some G sharps, for example, you've got some B flats. So I'm just going to quickly take you through them. The first G sharp you've got is in bar 8, 9, 10. So you've got a G sharp, and that is just your first finger on the G string, as back as far as it will go. So the A is normally on, you can see I've got the first finger dot there. If I get out of the way, you'll see the A on the G string there. And then what you want to do is bring that first finger, it's actually quite far back. So bring it back as far as you can sort of feel the ridge of the nut that we call up here. And that's going to be your G sharp. You just lift it off to get an open G. So your G sharp is going to be there, and what you've got a G sharp in that bar, and then you've got an E. Now I've written that E to be played with the second finger. So what you're going to do is play the G sharp with the first finger here, and then you're going to play the E with the second finger. So normally you'd play the E with the first finger on the D string, which would be here, but you're not going to be able to get from all the way back there to here cleanly enough using the same finger. So what I suggest you do, just as a sort of a one-off to get you out a little bit of a hole, so to speak, You play a G sharp there, and then with the second finger, you'd use the second finger to substitute for the E, just for this occasion. The next note after that is back to a G sharp anyway. So the other G in that bar is also G sharp as well. If you've got a sharp, a flat or a natural in the bar, then it holds good for that bar. So for example, if you've got a B flat, any type of B flat, doesn't really matter which one. If you've got a B flat at the beginning of the bar, and then you've got an A and a C and an F and a G or something like that, and then 3 or 4 notes later you've got another B, it will not have a flat in front of it. But because the flat, the B flat before, the B before it was actually a B flat, it will dictate, the music dictates that that B will also be B flat as well, unless it says otherwise. If it didn't want you to play it as a B flat, then it would have a natural sign in front of it. So the last G in that bar is also a G sharp. The next G is a G natural, and you know that because it's got a natural sign in front of it. So because the bar has closed, that G in bar 11 is just a normal G. It's not a G sharp anymore. So you've got underneath that line, bar 13, you've got 13 and 14, you've got some C sharps. So the C sharps are just stretched Cs. So you've got a normal C to play, and then you're just going to stretch it so that your finger goes just above the green dot there, or whatever your third finger dot is there. So third finger, and then it just goes slightly stretched. So you're just going to play 2 third fingers in a row there. The bar 17, you've got some B flat, so it's exactly the same thing, followed by B natural. So your B flat is a back second finger, which goes here next to where the first finger would go. So we're on the G string now, sorry. So your B flat is there next to the first finger, and then you just stretch it, or just move it, slide it to close to the third finger. So the second finger goes close to the third finger. I can't get my words out today. So you've got a B flat, which is a back 2 next to the first finger, and then you just slide it all the way up to the third finger to give you that B natural. You've got a similar thing happening on the last line in bar 32, end of 33, start of 34. You've got a B flat, which is on the A string, so that's all the way back towards the ridge that you feel of the nut there, and then you just slide it forward to a normal B. So that's pretty much it with this piece. It's probably just the rhythm, just getting the hang of the rhythm, but then you can just rewatch the start of this video again so you can hear the performance and hear how it's supposed to go, and you can play along as well and everything. And it's just really getting your fingers around those sharps and flats, but it is a really, really good exercise for doing that. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed BillyBob's theme. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out in the description bar directly underneath this video, there'll be a link to all the other book series I've got, Simply Gypsy, Simply Country, Simply Jigs and Reels, all that kind of thing. So they'll all be underneath that, so go and check those out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.